morning, guys. TGIF. Oh my god, finally this week is over. As I was editing last night's video, it came to my attention that I started talking about the mayor's State of the City address and the Sacramento Kings possibly moving to Seattle and possibly Sacramento trying to buy them so they could stay here. But I never gave a resolution at the end of my video because when I edited it, I still didn't know anything. But now I know everything. So, the mayor, we already knew, was doing a bunch of wheelings and dealings, trying to find investors to buy the Kings here in Sacramento. He revealed his major investors, two of them. One of them who would be the main owner of the Kings, and then another one who wants to invest in building a new arena in downtown Sacramento for the Kings. So that is pretty freaking awesome because they do need a new arena. But having an arena in downtown Sacramento would be awesome because it would definitely help revitalize the downtown area where they want to put it, which is kind of gross right now. So I think it'd be a really win-win if they managed to convince the commissioner of the NBA to let the Kings stay here, and then the Maloofs agree to let them buy it because they're douchebags and they may just be complete assholes about it. So we'll have to see. But I think it's exciting. Apparently the offer is being submitted to the NBA today, and I don't know how long we'll find out or have to wait before they'll be allowed. I know that the NBA was going to make their decision on the move to Seattle in April, so I'm assuming they'll take this new offer, check it out to see how it'll work, and then probably the same time in April they'll make their decision of, you know, if they're accepting the Seattle offer, if they think the Kings should accept the Sacramento offer, or whatnot is happening. Okay guys, so I listened to this morning show on satellite radio on my drive to work called Morning Mashup, and they have this segment called the 411 where they talk about entertainment news and gossip and blah blah blah, and they just said that 90210 has been canceled. And my first reaction is, God, how did it even last this long? And I know it's because I grew up with the real 90210 and said reboot is obviously a bastardization, and so why should it exist? But I'm curious, does anyone out there actually watch the new 90210? Did you like it? I know that they had like a gay character on it or some shit like that, but it's gone now. Goodbye 90210. That was a CW show, I think. Ooh, that reminds me. So last night, Rocky and I were watching we were watching Arrow. And there was a commercial for this new mid-season show called Cult. And so I thought, oh, well, that looks interesting. So I said, well, let's watch this. So we logged on to Hulu and we watched the first episode. And you know what? This show's actually pretty good. It's weird. It's not like your normal show. So a little bit of a spoiler, okay? It's funny because it's a CW show, but it's about a show that's on the CW. So in the show, there is a CW show called Cult. And all this weird shit around it and these psycho fans who take it all way too literally and are, you know, way too obsessed with it. And people are like disappearing. And so the main character's guy, his brother disappeared because he found out some secret about the TV show Cult. It's crazy. But the main character, he played Alaric. He played Alaric in Vampire Diaries. If you watch Vampire Diaries, and Alaric is of course super hot, so that right there is totally a reason to watch the show. Anyway, after the first episode, I have to admit I was hooked because it was different. It was not what I was expecting, and it was actually pretty clever. So you should guys go check it out. If you got Hulu, go check out Cult. It airs on Friday, so today's the third episode. So I need to hurry up and watch the second episode so that I can then watch the third episode today. But definitely, guys, go check it out. Alright, guys, I am home. It is Friday, and now I'm going to make Rocky watch a short film with me.
What?
Are you excited?
Did I ever tell you that I'm in pain?
It's supposed to be really good. Okay, so it's the short film. It was funded by Kickstarter. It is short. So it can't be. I don't know how long it is, but it can't be more than 20 minutes. It's a short film. It was funded by Kickstarter. It's called Henry, and it explores this. It's about. Oh, it's got. First of all, it's got two very recognizable people actually in this short film. One, it's got Margot Kidder in it.
Yeah, I know Margot Kidder.
And two, it's got, and I can't remember the actor's name because it's some crazy name that doesn't make sense. It's got the guy that played Dave from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Did you ever watch 2001: A Space Odyssey? Okay, well he plays Dave, you know. Hal Will Smith is, "What are you doing, Dave?"
Okay.
So he plays Dave. So it's just his voice though. Because Margot Kidder is a scientist who develops this system on the spaceship way in the future. Kind of like a semi-artificial intelligence system, which was based off of a human brain that's been wiped and then controls this ship or whatever. And the guy who was Dave in 2001: A Space Odyssey plays the voice of this system, Henry. And it explores what happens after the crew, some accident happens and the crew dies, and he starts becoming, conscious and sentient again, and starts to realize that he's lonely and figure out what's happening. So we'll get Rocky's and my reaction after we finish watching.
If we're gonna watch this, we're gonna watch a movie after. We're gonna watch a movie that I want to watch tonight.
Okay.
Oh, really?
See how I'm so much nicer than him? I'm like, sure, I'll watch whatever you want. And Rocky's like, I don't want to watch what you watch.
Breaking Dawn 2.
Ooh. Okay. I want to note that he wants to watch Breaking Dawn 2, but he posted it on Facebook, and even Facebook told him not to watch it.
Only one person on Facebook
A girl.
said not.
It was even a girl told him not to watch it.
Yes, and I respect her opinion. So, however,
However, we're watching.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. First, we're gonna watch this movie. Okay. So, what do you think?
It was an interesting movie.
It was interesting. It was interesting. That's it. That's all. That's your only reaction.
I thought the premise, for it being a 20-minute movie was interesting. There was probably some time in that movie that they could have used to make me understand the ending better. But, man.
Yeah. I have to agree with that. It seemed a bit short, and you don't fully.
Well, it's a short on purpose.
It's a short,
but the timing of the movie was.
But you kind of left. If you read the internet about this movie, you understand it a little bit more. You get the.
You didn't have to read the movie.
I agree with that. But you get the impression that the brain that they used to make Henry was Margot Kidder's husband.
Right.
And he finally realizes that right at the end. And I won't tell you how it ends. But it was interesting. I mean, for a movie that was funded by Kickstarter, they did an amazing job.
Mm-hmm,
you have to admit, the production value of this movie is amazing. And their Kickstarter goal was only $10,000 or something, but they ended up raising $25,000. But still, they did an amazing job with the tiny amount of money. I think the production values are really good. The sound, everything. Scoring. The visuals, it was really good. So now I have to watch Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Yep.
Even though I haven't seen Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
Part 1 is the more boring part, right? Where nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Isn't what's his face, Taylor Lautner, not even shirtless or something in Part 1?
Don't remember Part 1, to be honest with you. All I know
it was that memorable that you don't even remember it.
All I know is that the cliffhanger was okay. But I'm invested.
I'm so looking forward to this now. He's completely sold it for me.
I'm invested, and I want to see Alice. I'm Team Alice.
Oh, okay, yeah, Team Alice. Okay, I can see that.
Team Alice.
Okay, so we'll watch it. I said I would. Even though the movie you're making me watch is literally 8 times longer than the movie I made you watch.
The movie I watched made me feel like it was 8 times longer than it was supposed to be.
Whatever.
Time is relative. Okay.
So how was it?
It was good.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, okay, I don't know if I want to use the word good, but it was definitely, of all the Twilights that I've seen, it was definitely the best one.
Okay. And you saw how many?
Well, I guess this one was my third,
Okay.
because I never saw Eclipse and I never saw Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Okay.
But, you know, the acting was so horrific in the first Twilight. It
Yeah.
doesn't even count as a movie, it just counts as a travesty against humanity.
Right.
But even Bella, Kristen Stewart, who was like the worst actress ever, who only has one face. What?
You're running out of battery.
Oh.
You got 42 seconds.
Oh no. Anyway, it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good and had an amazing fight scene in it, which was like really badass. So, yay. And apparently my battery's dying. So, in case I never see you again, love and bubbles, YouTube.
Wait, how long does this battery life last?
I don't know, I haven't charged it all week.
All week?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been making videos all week?
Yeah.
Badass. Okay. Do it again.
What?
Lum bubbles.
Love and bubbles.